don't even see our brothers or our mother or our father, it's like I miss my family.
Itsy bitsy spider. I've been called to do it.
I have two beautiful children that need a beautiful home with a person with an open heart.
Really, really soft. I definitely want to be adopted. I'm just really scared that something's going to happen. That'll make my life harder than it already is.
He's just a sweet kid. Our system, as good as it is, sometimes there's this situation where kids don't get a chance, and Noah needs a chance, and I just hope somebody will give him one.
Oh, yeah.
There's kind of an unspoken feeling, I guess would be the way to say it.
Something clicked in our hearts and gave us a feeling like this is it. This is the boy we're going to adopt. He's going to be a part of our family.
Like everybody deserves a chance. You just have to get to know them to see the goodness in people. Just happy I made it out.
Welcome to our Place to Call Home special broadcast, Fostering a Connection. I'm Dawn Scott. May is National Foster Care Month, and this month it is all relative. And by relative, we mean supporting kinship connections. Right now, there are more than 4,600 children in Arkansas foster care. 375 of them are up for adoption, but the rest need temporary placement while their families are strengthened enough for the children to come back home. THV11 is partnered with the Arkansas Department of Human Services to raise awareness of the need for open homes and open hearts, and also the need for relatives to step up and step in when their family's youngest kin end up in the system. And tonight we begin with two Cabot aunts whose family nearly doubled in size once they realized their nieces and nephews were in distress.
Look at you go!
To say it's chaotic outside the Bush home, well, with 5 children and 3 dogs, how could it be anything but? But Brandy and Erica Bush say it is the good kind of chaos.
When we moved into this house, we thought we were only going to have 2, and then we got 2 more, and then we were like, we're done. We are done. And then we had the opportunity to get him, and we couldn't say no.
It started with Brandy's 2 biological children, 12-year-old Caleb and 11-year-old Zoe. They were all the couple was planning on having until Brandy's brother could no longer care for his 2 daughters, Brooklyn and Aubrey.
With the girls, they were taken away from their parents because of drugs and stuff like that.
So the couple transformed their garage into a room for 2 girls. They formally adopted them April 2017 and documented that day with pictures.
It was very emotional and happy, just everything all in one.
We all didn't go to school or work. We all got ready. We went to have ice cream. We even, I think, went and had lunch and went to court and cried and happy tears.
Their family of 4 became a family of 6.
Well, they're family, and I didn't want to risk them going to strangers, and then we would never see them again, most likely.
Family is what you take in and you care for and you raise and you love and support, is what family is to me.
And then came number 7, Elijah, Brandy's sister's son. Right now they have guardianship of Elijah, but they plan to adopt him as well.
They call me Auntie B, and they call her Auntie Erica. We've told them that they can call us whatever they feel comfortable calling us. We're not going to make them say, hey, Mom. We're not going to make them do that if they're not comfortable. 2 aunts raising 2 biological children, 2 nieces, and a nephew, all as brothers and sisters. Not an easy task. No. This is the hardest thing I've ever done.
It's ups and downs, because it's hard sometimes, and sometimes it's all easy and goes smoothly, and then you have your hiccups and your bumps and everything. So
I wouldn't trade it for anything, though.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Wouldn't trade afternoons shooting hoops and riding bicycles, loving and guiding their children, the family together that they chose, that they created. Also, easing the burden on an overloaded foster care system. They encourage others in their shoes to step up and do the same.
Yes, definitely. If more family could, step in, it would help a whole lot.
You can get your nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, whatever it is. And it's hard and it takes time, but you can do it. And God will bless you for what you're doing.
I'm just thankful we could do it.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful.
The Division of Children and Family Services tells me that 33% of children adopted from foster care over the last 12 months were adopted by relatives. More of our special broadcast, Fostering a Connection, including the story of a boy we featured right here who found his forever family. Welcome back. Each week during the month of May, we share with you stories of children in foster care who are up for adoption. This is part of our ongoing relationship with the Division of Children and Family Services to help those children find permanent homes. We're proud to share tonight the children who've been adopted shortly after they courageously shared their stories. Children like Joey and Andy. We met up with them exactly 1 year ago at Big Rock Fun Park on Joey's birthday. Brothers who lived in separate foster homes. Joey said the best gift he received that day for his birthday was seeing his brother. DHS tells us the boys are now in pre-adoptive placement together. That means a family is in the process of adopting them. And there is typically a 6-month period of time which children spend with an adoptive family before that adoption is final. Both boys say they are thrilled to be together. You may recall Caleb. He was 11 years old when we first featured him in July of 2015. We are so happy to share tonight that he has been adopted. Caleb loves to play football. We introduced him to the PA Bruins and former pro Anthony Lucas. He loved it, but he told us that day about his biological family and that he couldn't handle it when they first split up. But he did get used to it, he said. We are told Caleb is doing very well with his adoptive family. And we shared Caitlin's story with you in August of 2015. She was 14 then, and she loves to paint. She spent a portion of her childhood in DHS, but we can report that she was adopted by one of her relatives and is very happy where she is. Her adoption specialist shared with us that she wanted to be part of a home and a family, and her hopes came true. Also last year, we featured a young man named Travion who had a dream of one day being a police officer. Well, we took him to North Little Rock Police Department to meet Officer Tommy Norman and also the K-9 Zeus. And Travion told me he was ready to be adopted and ready to be part of a family. And you know what? That happened for him December 14th. Take a look.
Play games, watch TV, sleep.
We first met this young man when his name was Travion, but now his name is Samuel. And now he has his own room and his own family.
Something clicked in our hearts and gave us a feeling like this is it. This is the boy we're going to adopt. He's going to be a part of our family.
Spend a minute with Lacey and Mitch Davis, and it is easy to see they are all heart. They were even approved to adopt on Valentine's Day 2017. It was a few days after that they met their son.
Kind of an unspoken feeling, I guess, would be the way to say it.
I didn't want him to slip through the cracks, as these teens often do, within the system of DHS.
Thinks he's a bunny rabbit.
Lacey and Mitch said yes to Samuel. They were unrelenting in their pursuit of him and ultimately opened their hearts and changed a teenager's life. He now plays in the band, on the football team. He plays basketball. He has 2 younger brothers and is a member of FBLA. Oh, and he just got his driver's permit. Samuel admits to me he did not think this day, December 14th, 2017, his adoption day, would ever come.
I made it out. Just happy being out of DHS.
Still, reminders of his past are everywhere.
We had a bridge that connect over this little creek.
He keeps a small section of a wooden bridge from the Second Chance Ranch where he lived for 2 years. Before that, 14 different placements. Stories like his of hundreds of teens in care growing up in the system are what prompted Lacey and Mitch to take action.
I'm tired of seeing stories of teenagers not getting adopted when there are families who are interested. We just couldn't hear those statistics and not do something.
And because they did, there is one less teenage boy in the system. Samuel still thinks every day of those who remain.
Makes me kind of sad. I have one big friend that was still at the ranch, and it's been hard for him to get adopted. I kind of like get mad every time he tells me about it.
We're just normal people. We're not any better suited to do this than anybody else. We're busy. We have kids. We don't make a ton of money. We're not rich. We have no more spare time. There really is nothing that sets us apart other than we said yes. What it really comes down to is being willing and being able to step in and just be there for a kid no matter what.
And because they did step in, Samuel is thriving. Good grades, good friends, in a place he now calls home.
Everybody deserves a chance. You just have to get to know them to see the goodness in people.
So remember Samuel's dream about being a police officer? Well, it's still there. It's just bigger now. He wants to join the Army, be part of the military police, and then one day work for the FBI. Up next, we introduce you to one Arkansas couple known as Mom and Dad to dozens of local foster children. Most foster parents probably hope the kids they bring into their home are well behaved, but that's not how the Blakes are. They ask for troubled and challenging teens, knowing they are the hardest to place. THV11's Erica Ferrando introduces us to Margaret and Curtis Blake as they retire from fostering.
Already with 2 kids of their own, over a 37-year span, Margaret and Curtis Blake became mom and dad to many more.
We counted up to 100, so we just know that it's been over 100.
The Blakes were therapeutic foster parents.
We were told, do you want to place this psychopath with us? Sure.
They are very good at dealing with kids and meeting the kids where they are when they come into their home.
They welcomed the challenging and troubled teens others couldn't keep.
I was supposed to stay there for about 2 weeks, and Mama loved me so much, and she decided to keep me.
Tim Patterson joined the Blakes when he was 14 years old.
I kept running away from shelters and getting kicked out of foster homes.
But this family saw him graduate high school.
I got to work on tractors in the yard with Daddy, and Mama kind of put the fire on my butt pretty much.
Deciding to get into law enforcement to follow in Curtis's footsteps, he's now Officer Patterson with McRae Police.
More and more he told me not to.
More dangerous.
More and more I decided I wanted to.
That's the way it was. Anything that you told him not to do, that's what he did.
It's one of the hardest jobs to take on, but as a therapeutic foster parent, just showing kids they're loved made all the difference.
Learning how to control my anger, being loved, and being responsible.
Over the next year, the Centers for Youth and Families will work to expand its therapeutic foster homes program across the state.
Try it. Give them a chance. Open up their hearts. And see how easy it is to fall in love with these kids.
So these kids do have great potential. It's just getting people to be committed with them, to help them overcome the struggles.
Even years later, they still hear from their former foster kids often.
We can't change our number because our kids is all out there in the world. And we
How does it feel to be retiring from this now?
Oh.
Empty.
Oh, the house is quiet. It's just terrible, you know.
I'll miss the kids.
Yes.
As the Blakes close this chapter of their life, they'll need others to step up and help raise kids like Tim,
I just love both of them.
who just need someone to see their potential. Erica Ferrando, THV 11 News.
Sorry for all the times I gave you.
Oh, hush up.
And you saw there the Blakes were honored with a plaque for their nearly 40 years of service. That happened at a reception earlier this month. Next, a look back at the children whose plea we shared with you this month, the plea for a place to call home. We want to share now with you some of the beautiful faces and stories we've encountered this month. Children praying for a forever home.
I've never seen a penguin in actual real life.
You want me to decorate yours first?
I want her to start walking.
I want him to give it all he got.
Pleasure to meet you. Keep those manners up, okay?
Yes, sir.
I always think our family is apart.
Noah, you're a good boy. And I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks for playing with me.
Please help me find a home.
You can find more information on all of those children at THV11.com. Before we end tonight, I want to personally share a quick story about a boy we featured earlier this month. He's up for adoption, and I asked him what kind of family he wanted, and his words have stayed with me ever since. His reply was this: a family that will feed me and let me take showers. Friends, this is heartbreaking and unacceptable. These are our children. They deserve better. They deserve us and all we can give to them. In this special broadcast, everyone you saw did something. They opened their hearts and they took action. They are everyday people just like you and me, and they were moved to help. And in doing so, they are changing lives and changing outcomes for children in foster care. And perhaps that is the formula that changes the world. And maybe by watching tonight, you too can act and change a child's life. For THV11 and in partnership with the Division of Children and Family Services, I'm Dawn Scott.
I miss my family.
I really just want a family.
Me being here happened for a reason.
If you do get adopted, I want all of us to be together.
When I left, it kind of broke my heart.